Welcome everyone to the Closeout video on Hydra auction project, from Catalyst Fund10, a joint effort of Ikigai Technologies and MLabs.
Hello everyone, I'm Sam. I'm a Principal Smart Contract Engineer at Ikigai Technologies, and my role on the project was kind of varied. I was kind of the project manager from Ikigai's side, as well as I helped with some of the UX design, and then later on helped with creating the deployment and integrating the front end.
Everyone, my name is Dmitry. I'm a developer at MLabs, and on this project I was primarily working on the on-chain smart contracts and off-chain transactions for the auction platform, as well as the Hydra application for delegates, and finally Hydra SDK.
My name is Ilya Rodionov. I'm a delivery manager at MLabs, and on this project I was mostly focused on the project management and some general stuff. Right, so the idea of the project was born from the Gravity NFT auctions platform, which operates over L1, and the experience of MLabs in developing a preliminary version of Hydra-based auctions for IOG. And also have a couple of tangential goals. First of all, we wanted to promote L2 solutions by building a real-world application in Hydra. And also we wanted to create a place for potential Hydra head operators to experiment and learn. And I would especially highlight that as far as I know, Hydra auctions is the only application that uses delegate deployment of Hydra.
Yeah, it also has a couple of drawbacks, I would say, because we can't just send full backed bits to Hydra heads. And we need to have some kind of promises in place and deposits as it was implemented. So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, one thing I think I'd like to highlight is just that you run into user experience issues when building a layer 1 auction because when you get into a bidding war, everyone's trying to bid at the very last second, and speed becomes super important, right? And so this actually also represents like a very valuable user use case of like, we can create bids that are very similar to what you would see on, or create auctions that are very similar to what you would see on eBay, where you can have those bidding wars at the last second and the chain fully supports it.
Main outcomes of the project are four things. The first is the on-chain protocol for auctions that combines L1 and L2 auctions. The next is off-chain application, a distributed application that can be run right in the browser. The third thing is the SDK that allows developers to simplify their development process and facilitate it when they want to use Hydra in delegation mode. And the last one is the UI component that can work together with the off-chain application. And you can play with it. And you can use it as a demo, which is deployed against the testnet. Let's talk about every component, and you can find all links down below this video to the corresponding repositories.
Regarding on-chain, the main idea is that we should have isomorphic transactions between L1 and L2. So. And we also, since we have this delegate structure where we can't just trust delegate groups completely, we need to have some mechanisms to protect against some attacks. So, for example, we don't have fully backed bits for this reason, and we just have promises by bidders. So when a bidder makes his bid, he doesn't put the whole value to UTXO basically, but only a promise that he will pay for the lot in the future. And this allows us to move this information to L2 and modify it within Hydra heads. And in case the bidder is not able to, for some reason, or refuses to pay for the auction lot, we have a mechanism based around deposits. So in case this happens, we have an on-chain guarantee that the bidder who refuses to pay the auction lot will sacrifice some amount of ADA.
in addition to the main on-chain protocol, but still in the realm of on-chain, we have this delegate registry, which is a very simple protocol, but it's a way of basically discovering on-chain the delegates that are subscribed to this particular protocol and willing to support it. And that's actually something that I think we'll see a fair amount of reuse. As far as I know, there aren't other projects that are doing something like that yet, because we are the first project to really be using that delegated architecture. And every protocol will need some way to discover delegates. So I think that's a really cool, unique little addition.
The off-chain application for Hydra heads is based on top of CTL library built by MLabs. And this library currently supports building transactions for both L1 and L2. And it can work directly in the browser, which means that it can be run without any central backend, or without any irreplaceable central backend at least. The achievement of this project is the SDK we developed for managing Hydra heads for delegates, basically. This SDK is written in pure script, and it allows delegates to simplify their management of their Hydra nodes. And in addition, if the application is compatible with the idea of slots, when you have some entities like auctions or other entities that require a separate head to be run for every entity, you can reuse the idea, the mechanism of slots, when every head allocates, not head, but every group of delegates upfront allocates a set of slots, a number of slots they agreed upon. And those slots can be occupied when a new entity is needed to be deployed or needed to be started.
Yeah. We have a rather static approach to managing configurations of delegate groups. So we specify all PA configuration for each slot on start, so that when we actually associate those slots with running applications, we don't have to agree on any ports or other network configuration. So that reduces the potential number of requests made between delegates.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the UI component. Can you, Sam, please give an overview of how it's built and what features we want to highlight in the front end?
Yeah, so the front end was built with built with Next.js with the intention of being reused by other people if they desire to. So it's very clean, just a simple like black and white UI, but it's responsive and ready to go and ready to be forked and reused. It has been deployed to GitHub pages, so there's a whole GitHub action there that's ready to just be repurposed as well. And you plug it into a couple free resources, BlockFrost and Mixpanel, and with that you get connection to the blockchain. You get analytics support, including an analytics board that can be embedded directly into the site, and you get some health checks and like a health dashboard. And in addition to all of that, we also have a delegate server that is running on the live deployment that we've created. So that you can go test this out yourself. In addition, explaining all of that, I have created a demo video showing the process of deployment, basically from zero all the way to having a Hydra auction app live on a GitHub pages site with a delegate server connected to it. So if you'd like to do that, or if you'd just like to see how to use the app, go check that video out. Link will be down in the description.